Hello, beautiful people of the internet. Thank you so much for joining me today on this really exciting review video. I have two awesome foundations and I'm just so excited. We're gonna do half my face in one, half my face in the other, and kind of see what we like, what we don't like about them. Quickly before I begin, only like 2 more days of the 500 subscribers giveaway, so make sure you head over to Instagram. Super easy to enter. All you do is give someone a compliment and tag them in it, and that is it. You're entered in the giveaway. So make sure to do that if you are interested. Otherwise, let's get started on this review. Quickly, before I kind of zoom you guys in when we actually put the foundation on, I want to show you guys the packaging. It is a bit different. So this is for the Vapour Beauty Atmospheric Soft Focus Foundation, and this is for the Vapour Beauty Atmosphere Luminous Foundation. So liquid stick foundation, and they differ in price. This one, which is the Luminous Foundation, is about $44 depending where you buy it. This one is about $50, and my assumption is that has to do with the amount of product you get in it. For the Luminous Foundation, which is the stick one, you get 0.4 fluid ounces, versus the Soft Focus Foundation, you get 1.14 fluid ounces. So a bit of a difference there, not anything kind of crazy, but I don't really know how fluid ounces translates in terms of like liquid to like mass. So maybe they're a little bit closer than 0.4 and 1.14 when you actually like convert the two. I hope that made sense. I'm not really a science person, so that was the best I could explain that. I apologize. The actual packaging for the product is quite nice. For the stick, you get this really pretty kind of like metal metallic container, and then it just kind of rolls up at the bottom and you roll it back down at the end. One thing that I have noticed with this already is that it's hard to get it to roll down. You actually have to push it down. And then for the liquid foundation, it's just your classic pump system, really nice plastic container, a cute little Vapour logo on the front, and both of them are dark midnight blue packaging, which if you have the Strata Soft Focus Primer like I do, I did a review on that if you guys want to see that. It's a lighter blue kind of packaging, but it's exactly the same like plastic as this foundation here. So I have this in the shade, both of these in the shade 120. I have this one in 115, and I've actually been using this one in 115 for a while now. I got 120 because, as per usual, I overestimated how tan I am. I'm not that tan, it was wishful thinking, but I figured for the sake of comparison, I wanted to get two of the same colors, and I had these two handy, so I'm just gonna do this and then probably purchase 115 in the liquid form after I'm done the review. So if I look like a different color, if my face and neck don't quite match, I apologize during this review. We're just gonna work with it. This is real life. Stuff like this happens, so we're just gonna do it. All right, I'm gonna put my hair back and zoom you guys in so we can start applying these foundations. Woo, we are up close and personal again. We did this last week, and we're just gonna get really up in my face. So, I pulled my hair back, as you guys can see. I have clean skin. You can probably tell I'm a little bit shiny in the normal area, so like my T-zone, on the sides of my nose, I tend to get shiny, and a little bit on my chin. I have a few spots that I would love to cover up and some scarring. So we're asking a lot of these foundations today, but I'm super excited to see if they will live up to the challenge and give me that flawless complexion that we all want. I decided against doing a primer. I want to just see kind of how these foundations work on their own, and on top of that, I don't know if you guys are like me, but on an everyday basis, I do not put a primer on my face. No one has time for that, so it's gonna be real life, you know. This is like real news, hard hitting, we're getting in there. We are not using a primer. So we're gonna start off with the Atmosphere Soft Focus Foundation. This is the liquid one, and I'm going to use a Real Techniques beauty sponge. I just got a pack of these on Amazon for like $6. They're really cheap. They're great to use for liquid foundation, and that is honestly how I like to apply my liquid foundation, so that's how we're gonna do it. It says to apply about 1.5 pumps to 2 pumps. I'm gonna start off with, I think, just 1 pump. Oh man, this is gonna be dark. I'm just gonna take about this much, and I'm gonna start on the right half. Oh no, this is gonna get tricky. Okay, my right half might be your left half. I don't know. I'm gonna like look back and watch this and figure it out, but this half of my face without the freckle, so this half, we are gonna be doing the liquid foundation, and then the side with the freckle, we're gonna be doing the luminous foundation. All right, going ahead and starting. This is like not my skin tone. It's fine. The smell is super, super similar to the primer, which personally I love. I'm just dragging it a little bit down my neck to try and blend the colors a little bit. I think on camera it won't show up as dark as it is in person, but definitely if you feel like you have my skin tone, I would go with 115, not 120. So this is one layer done. I'm actually gonna go ahead and add a second layer because I wanna see if it's buildable. I also don't really feel like it gave me that much coverage, so let's try and go in for a little bit more. So that's another full pump that we're using. And on the back of it, it does actually say to apply with a sponge, so this is like the color that I hope I am this summer. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that amount of coverage. That was 2 full pumps that I used on my face. Actually on half of my face, I'm just realizing that now. But I feel like that's a pretty decent amount of coverage. I still have some spots poking through, but it does say to follow with the Illusionist concealer, which I haven't tried, but I would go ahead and do some like spot correcting and little pinpoint concealing after putting this on. I still see some stuff poking through, but otherwise I think it does give me kind of an even color, a little bit tanner than I actually am. That's okay, we're just gonna pretend that I've been out in the sun. Feels really velvety on the skin. It hasn't totally dried yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side of my face with the luminous foundation now, and then we'll kind of give this a chance to set and see what we think. Like I said, you just kind of twist up the top, and you can probably like put this on the back of your hand and then put it on, but I'm just gonna apply right on. Let me see if there's any instructions on the box. All right, no instructions on the box, so we are on our own. We're just gonna kind of draw and do a little fun. Ooh, that's a lot. It's okay. We're gonna do some doodling and try and have a lighter hand. I don't totally know how much to add. Why don't we start with like that? Already, I definitely, obviously feel a difference in the texture of the 2 products. This one feels a lot slipperier, is that a word? A lot more slippery on my skin. I'm gonna use a stippling brush because that is what I would use normally, and I'm just gonna try and work this in. Already blends beautifully. Yeah, I'd say 120 definitely has a very pink undertone. So that blended seamlessly. I'm gonna do another layer on top to see if it's buildable. All right, guys, that is both sides done. I've given it a chance to kind of set on both sides, and there's definitely some differences that I am noticing. However, I would say the color match is very true to the number you get. It's really hard to tell the difference between the 2 colors. The only small difference I did notice is that the undertone on the luminous side, so kind of like the pinky tones of this foundation, was a tiny bit more apparent, especially when I initially put it on, but perhaps it's because it's a slightly more concentrated formula, whereas when you're kind of dabbing on the liquid, it's not like you're seeing a massive dispersal of color. Rubbing my hands over the 2 sides of the foundation, the liquid side has totally set, so there's no stickiness to it. It's so smooth, very velvety. This is also without primer, which I think is great. Definitely has a similar feeling as the Vapour Soft Focus Stratus Skin Perfecting Primer. I hope I got that name right. The one that I tried, very velvety, very smooth, and dry. This side of my face, which is the luminous foundation, is definitely a little bit more slippery. When I run my fingers kind of over it, I do feel like there's a little bit of transfer that happens, like my fingers feel a little bit oily, but I also haven't set it with anything quite yet. I think the luminous foundation has definitely more coverage to it. I definitely feel like the side of my skin is a lot more flawless. I probably wouldn't even go back in with a concealer, whereas the liquid side, I definitely would go back in with a concealer. I definitely still have some dark areas that I would want to cover. I don't know that it gave me that much coverage on any spots or imperfections. So I'm gonna kind of do the rest of my makeup and then we'll come back and I'll have some final thoughts for you guys. All right guys, so I kind of have the rest of my face done, ready to go out for the day. You definitely can't really tell the difference between the 2 of them once you powder the luminous foundation. The luminous foundation definitely has a little bit more glow to it, whereas the Soft Focus foundation is pretty matte. So that is one thing right off the bat. If you are looking for a matte foundation, go for the Soft Focus foundation, not the luminous. I do think with the luminous, unless you powder, there is the potential in photographs to get a little bit shiny. So I would definitely recommend powdering. If you have dry skin, I think the luminous foundation would be perfect for you. You could definitely get away with the Soft Focus, but the luminous might give you a little bit more of that dewy look that you probably want as someone who has dry skin sometimes. I feel like you always want what you don't have. So if you want that dewy look, definitely go for the luminous. If you have oily skin, I would stay away from the luminous. I think it's just gonna slip right off your face. I noticed when I was putting on cream products on top of it, it was kind of like slipping and moving as I was blending, whereas the Soft Focus foundation was staying in place as I was adding more products to it, so that's something to keep in mind. I definitely feel the luminous on my face a little bit more, but I think that's because it's slightly higher coverage than the Soft Focus. But I have to be honest, I kind of love both of them, and I'm kind of thinking I might use both of them in different ways for different occasions. I'm just really happy with both of them. Obviously, I don't know how long they last. That's something that I'll kind of be testing out all of today to see what I think about longevity of both of these products. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with both of them. I would say if I had to pick a favorite, ooh, this would be so tough. I think winter months, definitely luminous because I would get that kind of glow, really nice, easy to blend look. But for summer months and for events, I would definitely choose the Soft Focus, just because it's more matte. It feels like it's gonna stay in place easier. Again, even though I powdered when I rubbed my hands over both sides, I don't really feel like I have anything on these fingers. I feel like I get transfer from the luminous still. So if you're giving hugs and such, you don't want to like leave a big foundation splotch on someone's nice new shirt. So I hope this was helpful and informative in case you guys were kind of deciding between the two foundations. Both are winners in my book. However, I do prefer the Soft Focus. So if you are more inclined like me for a matte-ish, I'm saying, because there's still a little bit of dew that you get. Anyway, a matte-ish kind of foundation, definitely go Soft Focus. If you're looking to be luminous and dewy and don't care about that kind of shine, then go ahead and do the luminous foundation. Just bring some powder with you. That is my one suggestion. Thank you guys so much for joining me for another video. Please let me know if you have any questions, any comments, whatever, leave them down below. I love to talk with you guys. And if I didn't answer something that you wanted me to, definitely leave me a comment down below. I will reply as soon as I see them. Otherwise, give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. If you didn't like it, I'm really sorry. Hopefully there'll be another video that you like coming up real soon. I post every Friday, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next week. Bye.